It's June 15th, out feeding some corn. This corn was planted on May 30th and May 31st. It's a 120 acre field. The first 60 we planted, then crimped. The last 60 we crimped, then planted. Kind of just something we wanted to try. We were having problems with a lot of the hairy vetch was wanting to drag up on the 2x2 frames. So we decided to start crimping it ahead of time, and seemingly worked out quite fine. Running a Blue Jet 13 knife applicator. We have the back swept knives. We found they do not drag up as bad and don't cause as many headaches as we had with the typical knife units. Especially, as we've gone into thicker and thicker covers, these just seem to do a lot better job. I'm putting on roughly 40 gallons of 32%, 5 gallons of thiosulfate, a gallon of hydrohume, which is a humic acid product, half gallon boron, and a quart of zinc. So altogether my total nitrogen program between my starter and my side dress is about 185 pounds. And then there's another 10 pounds that I put on when it was sprayed just to help heat it up. I don't really take much credit in that because it's being used a lot of the times probably to sort of help begin to degrade the rye residue, which has a very high carbon to nitrogen ratio. This is the field where I took my Haney test and cover crop analysis. What I found, so there was roughly about 24.6 pounds of nitrogen. That was what I would consider kind of my soil supplying nitrogen. That's based off of kind of your microbial respiration rate and things such as that. And as far as the cover crop, the biomass was roughly 2.19 tons, and that equated, there was roughly 70 pounds of nitrogen in the above ground biomass. So, it was rye, mainly rye, peas, and hairy vetch. Now the only thing I've run into is I really don't know exactly how much to credit that 70 pounds that was in the cover crop, because not all of it will become available this season. I'm still kind of in that stage where I look at it as a bonus. So I may have an extra, 15, 20 pounds bonus out here just from mineralization of the above ground biomass of the covers. One thing you will notice is, well, you don't notice the peas or the vetch because they have pretty well shriveled up for the most part. The main thing that's left now is the rye, and all this was killed. It was rolled May 31st, so the last, basically right behind the planter. On that second day I was finishing up planting out here, and then it was sprayed 2 days later to finish it off. And this is what it looks like. And even today when we have heat up around 100 degrees, I haven't really dug, but I'm sure there's still plenty of moisture. None of this corn's really rolling up, even though it's, it's about V3. It's pretty small. It's not really going to roll up too much. It's going to stress it out and put out more roots at this point in time, which is not going to be a bad thing later on in the season. So just going to hammer down, try to get some of the last side dressing done here in the next few days. Thanks.